In the last video, we discussed what I felt was the best Ninjago project in a long time, Ninjago Legends Monstrosity. As much like what we're talking about today, this is kind of a follow-up to that video, but to put it shortly, Ninjago Legends Monstrosity, I believe, is one of the greatest pieces of Ninjago media in a while. It appeals to a hyper-specific niche within the Ninjago fandom, the more adult Ninjago fans, those who've been following the franchise for years, and nostalgic Ninjago fans who had previously outgrown the series. Recently, I went to Sonic Expo, and after talking about Ninjago to my friends after telling them about this channel, and after banging Ninjago music in the car, which we actually did, it was awesome, I showed them Ninjago Legends Monstrosity, and it was really hype for them.
Oh my god! What the? Come on, dude! Oh my god!
Which I think just shows how appealing Ninjago Legends is. This is what I feel like Ninjago Legends excels at, and I'm super happy it became a part of this franchise. But while it seemed like that was it for Ninjago Legends for a bit, shortly after it was announced we would be getting more. As of right now, LEGO is holding a contest for people to design monsters for Kai to fight in the land of monsters, implying that we're gonna see more out of Ninjago Legends in the future. I'm not sure if we'll see another animation, as I think we'll probably focus on another ninja for the follow-up to Monstrosity. Likely J, as originally Monstrosity was supposed to be a J-focused short rather than a Kai one. But it turns out we actually did get a sequel to Monstrosity. Kinda, cause shortly after even the contest was announced, it was also announced we would be getting yet another series of shorts based on Kai's journey through the land of monsters, Kai's Monstrous Journey. But this one was a bit weirder than the others. As Ninjago Legends was already kind of a lower scale project, just being released on YouTube and the LEGO channels on streaming services like Pluto TV, these shorts were even lower scale, as these shorts were released on Lego.com and were considered webisodes, which would have been fine, but it felt like the marketing was a bit misleading, as it felt like this was a follow-up to Monstrosity when it really wasn't. To be fair, this might have been just because these shorts were announced so quickly after Monstrosity, like it was meant to be like, well hey, if you like Monstrosity, check out these shorts too, so it just made it feel like a follow-up, when again, it really wasn't. So because of that, the expectations were, I felt, a bit too high, as even I was like, wait, why are they going back to CGI style when I felt like the thing that drew people in was the different animation style? And also, why is the animation so not very good? But turns out, a lot of these questions did have an explanation. I wouldn't say it completely saves Monstrous Journey, but it kind of puts more into perspective on why the animation feels so cheap, and kind of makes me appreciate Kai's Monstrous Journey a little more. Not much more, but a little more. To illustrate what I'm talking about, let's talk about another series of Ninjago shorts released on the site. In between Season 2 Part 1 and Part 2, the shorts follow Wildfire, dealing with Kai being trapped in the nether space, which I think is a fantastic idea and a good use of shorts. The problem is, the budget was not very high for this. Y'all thought the animation for Kai's Monstrous Journey was bad, but compared to Wildfire's shorts, it makes it look like Legends of Chima, good god. I saw someone on Twitter say that Kai's Monstrous Journey looked like an unrendered Blender animation, and while I'm sure they were exaggerating, I honestly wouldn't be when talking about Wildfire shorts, as they actually look unrendered. Edges are just so pixelated, and the animation style, well, I think going for some kind of drawn style, just makes it look unfinished. Look at Heatwave here, they look like they shaved her, what the f***? But I think what solidifies how cheap these shorts feel is the fact that Wildfire is not played by Kasumi Evans, but rather a sound-alike actor. And more concerning is the voice actor isn't that great.
Let's get back to the monastery. I got some red ninja to do.
Say that again?
She's got the mannerisms down, like honestly, I respect just how much she was able to get the way that Wildfire talks down, but the voice just makes Wildfire sound like she's 40.
Some alone time is just what I need to stew in my anger. Time for some rage!
This is kinda made even worse, as there are little audio diaries that Wildfire makes as a way to get out her frustrations of missing Kai, and not only does it have the most generic audio visualizer, but putting so much focus on the voice kinda makes it worse. But when comparing this to Monstrous Journey, it does kinda make it look a lot better and shows they did put more budget into it. Kai and Wildfire are voiced by Vincent Young and Kasumi Evans, adding to production values. And I know people made fun of the animations, but especially compared to Wildfire, I think it looks pretty good. I haven't mentioned it yet, but as you could probably guess, the animation was not made by WildBrain, but rather farmed out to Liquid Animation in Australia. Though I gotta give credit for the Kai and Wildfire segments, as those segments look pretty close to Dragon's Rising, minus the cheap animations of course. I actually kinda thought that WildBrain may have done these segments, though I don't think so, as if you really stare at them, especially at the last shot, it kinda gives off that animation style in the Monstrous Journey segments. Though if Liquid Animation likely did these segments, I gotta give props for them for getting it so close. As for their style, the style that consists of Kai's story, it for sure isn't as good. It still has that unrendered pixelated look from the Wildfire shorts, but I don't think it looks as bad. And I honestly think the style of it doesn't look too terrible here in the context of a free internet short. It kind of gives off a spooky Halloween storybook feel for kids. It's the animation itself that's not the greatest. Once again, I have to give credit that I think it is better than the Wildfire shorts, and the action segments are not too bad, even if they do just have black screens with a sword swipe, but I feel like that's better than doing a horrible or repetitive fight animation. Though mainly with Kai and this character Bolson fighting this monster pig, probably looking the worst, as there are moments where you can tell they are just swinging at nothing, and impactful animation frames with no impact on the monster, so thus just looking really bad. I do kinda like Kai's suit in these shorts, and I also really like Kai's monster design, as this adorable little monster Fuzz does some kind of fusion with him which makes him stronger, but it's found that Fuzz was puppeteering him, same with Bolson being puppeteered by the Queen monster, which I will admit was layers of betrayal I did not see coming. I did really like Bolson though, and he has this cool gravelly voice that I really like. I thought it was funny that a lot of people were joking around that it was this random guy from season 6, and Kevin responded with a bunch of exclamation points, so I confirm it as an official headcanon because that's really funny. I did really like the interactions between Kai and Wildfire in between segments, though because of that, we get the second time Ninjago is referenced among us.
Bolson.
Not showing his face, Fuzz hiding from the stranger, all sounds sus.
Probably is some of the best interaction between these two, mainly because it just feels like a dad telling his kid a story she just kept begging him to tell her.
Did you die?
What? What do you think?
I don't know, maybe you're like a ghost now. That'd be a twist.
But I think that's all I have to say about these shorts. Other than Daidan looks kind of weird to me for some reason. I don't think these shorts are as bad as everyone made them out to be when you put around all the surrounding context, and if you kind of take it away from Monstrosity. I understand that people felt a little burned as they felt like it was being marketed like a follow-up to Monstrosity, and to be honest, I don't really understand why they separated it into 3 shorts. Kind of just makes the whole thing feel bigger than it was. But when taking in all the surrounding context of where it was released, I think Monstrous Journey is literally just the most okay thing imaginable. Not good, not bad, just eh. But what do you think about Kai's Monstrous Journey? Do you think it's better than a lot of people are making it out to be? Or are you just a face in the crowd and think it's just as bad or even worse? Let me know down in the comments below, and make sure to watch Ninjago Legends Monstrosity if you haven't, because it's incredible. See you next time, and thanks for watching.